On to the next section, which is consequences, and I'll start with the basics. First off, the consequences should be known by the students. They should know what they are getting into when they misbehave. Stress the cause and effect relationship. Clearly explain to the student what caused the consequence. When creating consequences, try to align them with your school's vision. Reinforce positive behavior whenever you can. Give high class grades for those who behave. Let your students know it's not personal when you issue them consequences. It's just business. Here are just a few examples of consequences. Email to the parents, detention, timeout, moving seats, personal one-on-one talks, rules of privilege, making students have written apologies, and so many more you can think of. At this point, I'm just going to take a quick break, and I said, don't forget to give me a quick thumbs up, a like for this video. Back to the material, and we'll enter the documentation part of consequences. A teacher once said, if it wasn't documented, then it didn't happen. Teachers should document any serious incidents that they had with the student. It's for their own protection. When you actually write down what a student did, that action becomes permanent, and the student knows it's on the record. Write it down word for word so everyone knows what was said. It makes a difference. Be sure to jot down exact dates, times, locations, witnesses, be as specific as possible. Make sure that you're organized. Keep a parent log. Store all write-ups in the same place, like in a file cabinet. However, it's best to be digitally organized today. Electronic folders will work even better. Now to the last section of consequences, which is implementation. The first question is, when should teachers respond to behaviors and implement consequences? If at any time someone's safety is at risk, you must intervene. Never allow the students to disrupt learning. Immediately deal with the disruptor. And if any of those 3 to 5 rules are created or broken, you have to respond. And when responding, you want to do it as quick as possible, unless it's a minor interruption, in which case you can't teach. Your consequences should be logical. If a student throws a paper on the floor, make them pick it up. When responding to student behavior, make sure that you, the teacher, maintains the student's dignity and inherent respect. Lastly, consider using behavioral lesson plans. I'll post some in the description links below. The next section is classroom disruptions, and we'll start with minor disruptions. Minor disruptions are those behaviors that do not warrant punishment, but still compromise learning. Some examples include students tapping their pencils, whispering, doodling, giggling, etc., etc., etc. Now, one method to deal with this is to quickly get quiet during the middle of the lecture, bringing attention to the student. If you don't want to stop instruction, maybe give the student a quick look. Another way to say it to the student is to leave a small note on the interrupting student's desk. Quickly mention the student's name to get them back on task. A non-intrusive way to deal with minor interruptions is to quietly tap on the student's desk. But the most important thing is to realize that you don't want to be the one to stop student learning. Don't let a minor disruption ruin the flow of learning, unlike a major disruption. Don't overreact. And sometimes you could actually just ignore the behavior. Do be careful with the ignoring technique though. Next up is chronic disruption. That is the continuation of behaviors even after being addressed by the teacher. And the best way to deal with chronic disruptions of a particular student is to gradually increase the degree of consequences, like walking a student up a ladder. Because the behavior is chronic, be sure to document the exact number of times the behavior occurs. Ensure that the students are taking responsibility for their actions. Tell them it was your choice to Now we're going to wrap this thing up with some final thoughts. Remember, you're going to have to routinely teach rules and procedures. Students are going to forget, especially after a vacation. It's important to try and understand some common reasons that students misbehave. Those reasons include unclear limits, wanting attention, boredom, avoiding work, home issues. Pick your battles. Not every day has to be a war. Also, it's okay when your students misbehave. Remember, many of their problems aren't about you, the teacher. Classroom management is something you have to work on, making your number one priority. Right now, I want to say thank you for your time. Don't forget to
So, through this video, we will try to learn classroom management tools and techniques. Through this short video, they are trying to tell us how we manage, how we control those activities, especially who will try us, who will disturb us during our classroom, and we have to make a solution over them. So, being a class teacher, being a subject teacher, whenever you enter into a classroom, firstly, you will try to observe the situation in your classroom. Means, especially sitting time, is it according to your strategy, according to your style of teaching or not? Thereafter, you have also idea to make your classroom according to your style, and it can be learned through the different sources also. Thereafter, we will move on the content. We will try to deliver our messages, our subject-oriented speech, maybe written word or some oral messages. In that situation, teachers must be cooperative to the student, and we should try to make our teaching style student-centric. And if we work on that very theory, it will definitely bring a productive and expected result. So, everyone participant present here will definitely try to learn these messages, whatever we observe here through different sources, like through documentary, through every participant's opinion and their teaching or managing style. It will be very helpful for us in future if we work on it according to our requirement and our difficulty. I think every participant present here definitely faces some problem during their classroom. Maybe sometimes these are academic and these are non-academic also. So, if that very problem, that very situation are academic, you should try to make a solution with the involvement of student as well as your colleagues. Means subject teacher. If you are a class teacher of your class, of any class, then you should try to coordinate other subject teachers and make a plan which will make you more comfortable and student centric. It will definitely not raise those problems which are very disturbing during classroom, and these classrooms are the place where you can try to make a bright mind for our nation, our schools, our institution, and the parents who believe in us. Now, we should writing style, technique, and teaching style also, which we follow during our classroom. So, I would like to request everyone, every participant present here, to come to the stage, come to this podium and say something. Also share your own style, own ideas and your own teaching technique you follow during your classroom. So, we will start from female faculty present over here. Okay. Now we will try to share or discuss the ideas of every participant present here. So firstly, Pankaj sir will be invited by me and all participants present here. Come here sir and say your opinion, discuss your opinion with us.
थैंक यू सर। क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट में आज तिवारी सर और सुधीर सर ने जो बताया वीडियो के माध्यम से जो हमने देखा, बहुत सारी चीजें थी, लेकिन मेरा अपना मानना है कि जब टीचर क्लासरूम में जाता है तो प्रैक्टिकल जो हम अनुभव करते हैं, जो सामना होता है, वो सिचुएशन के हिसाब से तुरंत का तुरंत मैनेज किया जाता है। ठीक है, बिल्कुल उसी तरह हो गया जैसे थ्योरी पढ़ के हम जाए कि समुद्र में जहाज की थ्योरी पढ़ा दी जाए कि जहाज ऐसे चलता है समुद्र में और लहर जब तेज हो या कम हो तो जहाज को कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे। लेकिन जब एक नाविक का सामना तो समुद्र के लहरों से होता है तो एट टाइम वो तुरंत योजना बनाता है कि लहर से बचना कैसे। तो क्लास में रूम मैनेजमेंट में हम सारे तरीके अपनाते हैं, सारी चीजें हम पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हम जो है ऑल ऑफ सडन क्लास में जाने के बाद एक योजना बनाते हैं क्लास को मैनेज करने के लिए और उस तरीके से फिर क्लास को मैनेज करते हैं। बाकी चीजें जो हम पढ़ के जाते हैं तो भविष्य के लिए हम लोग रखते हैं कि हाँ इस तरीके से मैनेज किया जा सकता है। मेरा मानना है कि हर दिन हर रोज जिस भी क्लास में हम लोग जाते हैं सिचुएशन नहीं होती है और उसके हिसाब से हम अपने आप को एडजस्ट करते हैं और क्लास को मैनेज करते हैं। थैंक यू।
डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ स्टूडेंट के डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ साइकोलॉजी भी होगी, उसका खुद का इन्वायरमेंट होगा, वो कैसे इन्वायरमेंट से बिलोंग करता है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू उसके इन्वॉल्वमेंट, उसकी मेंटल एबिलिटी या उसकी साइकोलॉजी होगी, और टीचर्स को उन सारी साइकोलॉजीज को समझ के ही आप उस क्लासरूम को मैनेज कर पाएंगे। सिर्फ अपनी तरीके से किसी चीज को एक्चुअली बच्चों को नहीं बांधा जा सकता। मैं जहां तक इस बात को समझ सकता हूं, उनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप उस क्लास को देखें, समझे, तब उस क्लास को मैनेज करें। दैट्स ऑल, थैंक यू।
ये सर अच्छे नहीं करते हैं। संजीव सर को बुलाना चाहिए।
आइए
संजीव सर संजीव सर।
और रोहित सर के बात तो मैं सहमत हूँ। सारे स्टूडेंट का अलग अलग नजरिया होता है और अलग अलग पर्यावरण से आते हैं, तो उनको समझना ज़्यादा जरूरी है। उनको समझ के ही आगे बढ़ा जा सकता है, फिर क्लास का मैनेजमेंट किया जा सकता है।
उसके बाद
क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट एक शिक्षक का सबसे बड़ी विशेषता होती है, क्योंकि द क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन जो कि डिपेंड होता है शिक्षक के क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट में। तो शिक्षक किस तरह क्लास को मैनेज करता है, किस तरह बच्चों में अपने सब्जेक्ट के प्रति इंटरेस्ट को उत्पन्न करता है, और ये डिपेंड करता है उसके फिजिकल स्किल्स पे। तो मैं क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट के को लेकर बस ये कहना चाहूँगा कि हर एक शिक्षक का यह उत्तरदायित्व बनता है कि वो अपने विषय को रुचिकर तरीके से बच्चों के सामने प्रस्तुत करें, ताकि बच्चे अधिकतम व्यवस्था के अंतर्गत संपूर्ण संगठनता स्थापित कर विषय अध्यापन की ओर अग्रसर हो सके। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। काफी अच्छे बताया। उसके बाद अमरजीत सर, आप थोड़ा ताकि हम लोग कुछ बात करें।
अमरजीत का
Good afternoon, all of you. Very much pleased to get this opportunity to speak something on class management programs, because I am facing to be how the classes are, the students, how they are behaving. But what I found is that what Ravi sir mentioned before, that we have to understand individual ones, we have to concentrate on the individual needs, and we have to understand the psychology of the children, what and how we will be able to make them interest in the studies. And when we get that point, that should not be for some period of time. It should be in a lasting way. We should be taking their interest and then putting our studies. If this way we balance the thing, I think some productive output may come. But the thing is that first we have to make the class arrangement, which it was mentioned in so many U-shaped and so that is important, because that sitting, if it is not getting, they start talking among themselves. So those things to be sourced properly from the places they are doing and what are the things they get more attracted apart from the studies which are going in the class. And without sourcing those, they are not getting that stability. They wait if once you scold them for the time being 2 or 3 minutes, they be quiet, and after that again they start. So that fluctuation should be mastered first with the teachers if they really want to work for their country asset, how they should be built and how they should be dealing with the future, whatever portfolio they hold in their life. So that's the thing, and I would like to take all the teacher consent regarding if they are working together, product, build the assets. So those things should be not from the higher classes only, it should be sourced from the right from nursery classes. Because at that stage they have that coverage, which is not summarized between the high classes they are doing and how they are getting occupied with the setup. Because they are not from there. So that's the thing which I would like to share with all of you, that we should be first maintaining our concentration on the individual needs and that concentration while we are fluctuating. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for dear sir,
Thank you, Ravi sir, for giving a chance to speak something about the topic of the class management. We have more different kinds of knowledges by Ravi sir and also Sujit sir, that how we can manage our classroom. Before managing the classroom, I think we should have 3 stages. Just we can say, before entering the class, we have to prepare ourselves. Means we have to plan, prepare, then after we have to teach. Planning that means what we have to teach tomorrow. हमें कल क्या पढ़ाना है, उसके लिए हमें प्लानिंग करना है. Then after we have to prepare for it. हमें उसके लिए प्रिपेयर होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि बुक्स में हमें सिर्फ एक तरीका मिलता है कि क्या पढ़ाना है, बट उसको सही ढंग से कैसे पढ़ाना है उसके लिए हमें प्लानिंग करना है. एग्जाम्पल्स निकालने पड़ते हैं. ऐसे एग्जाम्पल्स होते हैं जो एंटरटेनिंग हो सकते हैं. कहा जाता है अच्छा पढ़ाने के लिए एग्जाम्पल्स है. जितना बढ़िया आपका एग्जाम्पल्स होगा बच्चे उतना ही ज्यादा दिन तक उस चीज को याद रखेंगे. ये हो गया हमारा प्रिपरेशन. और इस तरह से हम किसी क्लास में जाकर अपना जो भी स्पीच या जो भी नॉलेज शेयर करते हैं, बच्चों को बहुत दिन तक याद रहता है और बच्चे इस चीज को भूलते नहीं. तो मेरा ये थॉट है, पढ़ाने से पहले खुद पढ़ें, तैयारी करें, फिर जाकर
very good. After that, Prayesh sir, Vivek sir, एक दो सर आए हैं, यदि आप फोटो
जैसे सर ने अभी बोला कि हमें कोई भी टॉपिक पढ़ाने से पहले उसका लेसन प्लानिंग कर लेना चाहिए. तो कोई भी चैप्टर हमको पढ़ाते हैं इसके पहले घर से पढ़ के लेसन प्लानिंग करना चाहिए. और कोई भी टॉपिक हमको पढ़ाते हैं तो बच्चों से प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन करना चाहिए, जिससे उन लोगों को उसमें इंटरेस्ट हो जाए और हमें उस टॉपिक को तब पढ़ाना चाहिए और उससे रिलेटेड बीच में क्वेश्चन भी करते रहना चाहिए.
उसके बाद जो भी सर अपना मोटो देना चाहते हैं क्या सर आप आ सकते हैं और अपना
थैंक यू सर. मैं क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट में यही कहना चाहूँगा, अभी जितना हमने देखा सीखा कि अगर आप क्लास में जाके डिस्टर्बेंस को मैनेज करते हैं, बच्चों को चुप कराते हैं, तो लमसम आप समझिए आपकी 50% एनर्जी वहीं जाएगी, खर्चे हो. और उस एनर्जी को बचाना भी है और उसी को हमें पढ़ाई भी यूज करना है. तो उसका यही तरीका है, मैं मानता हूँ कि अगर आप क्लास में जा रहे हैं और क्लास को जितना ज़्यादा इंटरेक्टिव बना सकते हैं, जैसे कि हम पहले ट्रेनिंग में एनएलपी ट्रेनिंग में हमने किया था नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, उसमें भी हमें बताया गया था कि हमें रूट लर्निंग पे ध्यान नहीं देना है. हमें जैसे एक प्लेफुल मैनर में पढ़ते गए और सीखते गए। तो मैं यही मानता हूँ कि अगर आप क्लास में जाते हैं और क्लास में उस क्लास को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इंटरेक्टिव बनाते हैं, बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व करते हैं पढ़ाई में, तो इससे दो फायदा होगा। एक तो बच्चा पढ़ाई में ध्यान नहीं देगा, और दूसरा चीज वो अगर आपके साथ इन्वॉल्व है तो दूसरों से बात नहीं करेगा। अगर आपके साथ इंटरेक्शन में है तो दूसरों से बात भी नहीं करेगा, इससे आपकी एनर्जी चुप कराने की बच गई और वो पढ़ भी रहा है। तो मैं यही मानता हूँ कि अगर क्लास में जा रहे हैं तो क्लास में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चों को पढ़ाई में इन्वॉल्व किया है, जिससे लर्निंग भी अच्छी हो जाएगी और हमें क्लास मैनेजमेंट भी बहुत अच्छा
आइए क्लास में